Hi guys, welcome to Immigration Tips Canada. So today we'll be discussing about the eligibility process for applying under express entry under the stream name Federal Skilled Worker. So this program is basically for skilled workers with foreign work experience who want to immigrate to Canada permanently. So now let's look at the requirements and how this program works and what are the selection factors. So you will get to notice that how this program works under this. So this program has minimum requirements like you need to have a skilled work experience, you need a language ability such as IELTS and any other language you have such as French. If you have French, it is good for everyone to increase their points in the express entry pool and it helps to improve their rank as well. Next factor is education. So education is also an important factor. If you have a higher education, you will get more points. Considering like if you didn't bachelor's, you will get good amount of points. If you did a post graduation in Canada, you will get some extra points for that. And if you have masters, if you did, you will definitely gonna get the highest points in the express entry pool and the education factor. So if you meet all the requirements, then the selection factors are like all minimum requirements you need to meet, such as age, education, work experience, whether you have a valid job offer or not. Then you need it checks on English or French language skills, ability, and adaptability is another thing which you need to consider. That is how well you are likely to settle here. So these are the points on which it is calculated, and yeah, these factors, it's a 100 point grade used to access your eligibility for the federal skilled worker program. And you need to have at least 67 points out of 100 in this to be eligible. I will share about the selection factor point grade in the next video, in the upcoming video. So first consider this, you need a 67 point out of 100 to be eligible for federal skilled worker program. So let's see how this program works. As I said you, there is these points are based on these factors. So you need to consider this and I will share about this in the next video. So let's move on to the minimum requirements. So minimum requirements are quite basic. You need to have a skilled work experience. That is, you need to work. You need to have work in these these skills levels: managerial, knock A, knock 0, knock A, or either knock B to be eligible. Knock A are usually professional jobs. Knock 0 is the highest ever jobs such as management jobs. And knock B is technical jobs and skilled trades. And you need to follow all this and your work experience should be in the same knock as the job you want to use your immigration application called your primary occupation. So whatever you have worked in, you need to provide that in the application you are applying for. You need to mention that about what job you did and you need to select your knock code according to that. And the experience should be within the last 10 years and should be paid either in commission or in wages. And remember that volunteer work or any unpaid internships do not count don't count towards this experience. And another thing you need to consider is you should have at least an year of continuous work experience or 1560 hours total, that is 30 hours a week. And you can also meet it in different ways. You can have a one full-time job at you're working only for one job full-time 30 hours a week for 12 months, that is equals 1 year full-time 1560 hours. Then another thing you can consider is equal amount in part-time work, such as for example 15 hours a week for 24 months, that is 1 year of full-time 1560 hours. So you can consider this as well, especially when you are a student. Then another point is you can work as many as part-time jobs you need to meet the requirement. Then full-time at more than one job. So you can also consider this such as 30 hours a week for 12 months at more than one job, which is equals to 1 year of full-time work experience, that is 1560 hours. So you need to meet all this criteria. Then considering the part-time work experience, your skilled work experience must be paid, such as same as the full-time position. It must be paid and it should be not less than, sorry, more or less than 15 hours a week as long as it adds up to 1560 hours. You can work more than one part-time job as I discussed. Then is student work experience. This is another important experience, especially for students who want to work and gain some experience to apply in the Express Entry Federal Skilled Worker Program. So this must be paid and it must be continuous without any gaps and meet all the requirements of the program. Then you need to have a language ability. Language ability, either English or French, and it includes writing, reading, listening, and speaking. And you must meet minimum of CLB 7 as the primary language, CLB 7 in all four abilities to be eligible for the Express Entry profile. And besides that, your result should not be less than 2 years old. It must be valid when you are applying for the permanent residence application. So now considering the education factors, it must be a certificate, diploma, or degree from a Canadian post-secondary institution or a secondary institution high school. And if you have either of this, if you meet the foreign education, you must have completed credential, ECA, whatever if you must get the ECA if you have studied outside Canada. Then you need to show the proof of funds that you have enough money to settle in Canada, and you must have a job offer from valid job offer from Canadian employer, and you must be legally entitled to work in Canada. Then, as I said, I will be showing this in another video, admissibility factors, and then you need to see where you can live in Canada. You must plan to live outside of the province of Quebec. So this program is basically for those who want to live outside of Quebec, such as Ontario, New Brunswick, British Columbia, or Alberta, or any other provinces you want to move. But you should keep in mind that this is not for those who want to move to Quebec for immigration purpose, because the province of Quebec selects its own skilled workers. And if you want to move to Quebec, then you need to check this Quebec selected skilled workers for more information. So I will upload this video as well about this Quebec skilled workers for more information. I will post another video in few days about the Quebec skilled workers. Then at last you need to fill out the profile, whatever is asked, and you do not have to settle in the province or territory. It is not necessary. Next steps are to get your documents ready and submit your profile. So next steps I so now the next steps are documents for express entry. So you need to have documents for your profile such as passport is must, and you need to show language test results with CLB 7 at least in each section. You need to provide ECA report, your provincial nomination if you have one, your written job offer from an employer in Canada, work experience proof, and trade occupation issued by Canadian province if you have one, and definitely the proof of funds. Then you need to show documents for your application for permanent residence. You need to have, if the Canadian immigration, if the Canada immigration invite you for applying, then you need to upload copies of these following documents. And most of the documents which you need to have is police certificates, medical exams, proof of funds, birth certificate if you are declaring a dependent children, and you need to fill out this representative form required if you are hired by a representative. If you've had a representative, then you need to fill this. And then you need to fill a common law union form, but this is only for those if you have declared your marital status as a common law partner. Then you need to upload a marriage certificate if you are married, divorce certificate if you are divorced, death certificate if you have declared your marital status as widowed, and adoption certificate if the dependent child is listed as adopted. So the other documents you need to upload are proof of relationship to a relative in Canada, your photo identity, your name to confirm the aliases, then authority to release personal information. You need to submit this form if it is relevant to your application, and then you need to submit your profile. So now the last step, so the next step is submitting your profile. You need to fill out the online form. You need to, if you are eligible, place you in the pool with others who are also eligible. They will rank you, then they can send you an invite to apply. So completing an online express entry profile does not guarantee that you will invite, like if you have completed your profile, it is, they will not guarantee that you will be invited. It will be, you will be invited based on the rank you have got, your point grade, your documentation, whatever you have submitted, all are correct. If something is missing, they will let you know. So it is basically those things. Then we will ask you a question, eligibility question. It will take about 15 minutes, just 15 minutes, so don't panic about that. And if you are married or you have a common law partner, you must be in main principal applicant. This person will submit a profile and list a spouse or a partner in it. You need to consider this as well. And your principal application should be the one you most likely to meet the eligibility requirements. So basically it's not so difficult process. If you collect all the documents, you upload it in the correct format, you have everything available as I told you in this video, this will definitely help you and hopefully succeed and you get an invite to apply. So try to get maximum point as possible in the express entry pool. So it will definitely enhance your chances of getting an invitation to apply. So guys, this is now you creating your express entry profile. You can create it using this website. Then you have 60 days to complete and submit your profile if you start it today. If you don't complete your application express entry profile within 60 days, then you need to start it again. And once you have filled your profile, you can submit it online, and the immigration program will figure it out if you are eligible or not.